with, it looks like it's going to be Lucio. First up is a Windwalker. Then we'll play some Mistweaver with Moonblade in the back. We also got ourselves a Galoosh just kind of skulking over in the corner. As Pav is going to be first up as a Survival Hunter versus Lucio. Starting off strong with a couple of grenades. Big explosive shot. Actually, Lucio going to take the explosive behind the pillar, looking for a bit of recovery. Big looks to by Lucio, got himself the big Night Fade with a big Serenity, massive damage out, but this one Pav, main to pop a defensive, does go for a turtle to play an extra save. That is the big cooldown on Lucio, does disconnect his Serenity away from Zwen, so he's kind of separating some of the CDs apart from one another. Jab onto the pet, jab onto Pav, it's going to be immediate freezing trap, as Pav trying to make some damage trap, but Karma to follow immediately. Pav may need to pop a big defensive here, potentially feign death, may need something here, just try to see if he can cut out Lucio, maybe waiting out for some big cooldowns. It's gonna go in for big kill shots, just through the Karma, may have damage. Oh, Pav does end up taking it. He decided to wait out the Karma a little bit and then started putting pressure, fighting past the Karma, and he felt like, you know what, I have plenty of survivability on this one. He is a survival hunter after all. You would imagine they will be very survivable. Got us a big regenerating as Moonblade goes in full stretch Armstrong over here. Oh my god. Think of nightmares, dude. That is a demon hunter. There's like a little bit of touch of the demon in the demon hunter, and that was literally just exposed. Sleep paralysis demon over here. Stone into Pav does go for Trick and Stone. Back into Moonblade is going to be Metamorphosis on top of it. Walking past the body shot doesn't quite connect. Trying to see if he can go big Ibium, but that is a hunter not fading death. That is an actual hunter just on the ground. Tags are going to be up next. Trying to see if he can load him up full of dots, but that's going to be Moonblade staying as aggressive as possible. Got himself full meta. Trying to take full advantage of it. Mortal in prison right before I think the UA applied, or maybe UA still was applied. Fear into Tags and trying to see if he can leap around the corner. Moonblade trying to see if he can find a better angle, but Tags is literally hovering above there. He's going to use that hover just to take the port, just to get away from Moonblade, ramping up those dots quite a bit. Moonblade may be in a bit of trouble. He's fully dotted up. The dots are ticking a lot more aggressively on him. It might be really bad for Moonblade. Maybe very, very limited. Needs to get aggressive, needs to get offensive at some point. I don't know if he can dispel himself off of dots. It doesn't look like he's running the build, but he's able to kind of sort of survive. Definitely needs I-beam, definitely needs to get a setup onto Taxi. Whatever recovery you can, aggressive healing. You may just have to play off of that leech healing. Mortal Coil immediately with the execute on Drain Soul. As Taxi just trying to end Moonblade. Does Moonblade have anything left? I think it's just over. And it's over. Taxi just letting the dots stick him out. With Galoosh gonna be up next. Taxi immediately swapping out to Succubus. If Galoosh is careful, may be able to avoid the Succubus. I don't know if Taxi will want to play the Succubus the entire game or want to sacrifice at some point for damage. Definitely going to try to see if he can do Succubus in the opener, but it's going to be a secret technique together with a shadowy duel. Just kidnapping Taxi into a literally realm of shadows, trying to make sure that the pet cannot attack him, cannot do anything. And Glitch looking for a bit of a reset after going for that hit and run. Tags it with a stun around the corner, setting in the Succubus, able to get some dots on the Glitch, at least able to establish a little bit of early pressure. And Glitch is going to take a bit of damage here, but as long as he got defense, as long as he got interrupts, he may be okay. Dance is also going to fuel him full of healing. Every time he dances, he is going to get himself soothed in darkness healing. Trinket off of that fear. Drain by Taxi. Cloak Shadows maybe for Glitch. Taxi trying to go for as much recovery as he can. Does have a wall in case he needs the Dark Pack available very, very soon. Trying to get the dots rolling with a slow one to Glitch. Glitch is going to go for advantage. Got himself a Shadow Strike. And Taxi may be in a bit of trouble. Does have some Dark Pack and everything. Cloak Shadows for the Rogue. Wall up for Taxi. May have to go for Dark Pack really early. Trying to establish the fear onto the Rogue. Full dots are up. The Rogue got nothing. No vanishes, no cloak. This may be pretty bad for him overall though. Glitch trying to see if he can maybe go for Shadow Dances back to back to keep himself healing. Full dots around him. Off of that Succubus CC. May have to sacrifice the Succubus. Is going to be full wrapping up of dots. Blind onto Taxi. Are the dots going to be enough here? Trying to go for a little bit of healing with a Hellstone. And try to see if we go for a restart, but the Succubus not gonna let you go anywhere. I think Glitch may be in trouble. Does have a dance coming up very, very soon, but it's gonna be drained by Taxi. Oh my goodness, Taxi! Amori with the Shadow Blades immediately from one rogue into the next, as Amori just going for a full entire reset. Forward by Taxi, gouged by Amori, establishing control, but that's already on. A Mortal Coil sent in. Does Amori have a trinket? There's no way he doesn't, right? No, hold on. Do you trinket something? There's no way. Looks like Shadow Blades are down. Succubus CC immediately tags. He uses the Succubus just to establish some CC on the road, just to peel him away for just a moment. Soul Rod interrupted on nature, able to cast himself Shadow. Big Drains is able to go for the Soul Burn Drain in order to establish a massive shield. Amori Shadow Step to him, has a Cloak of Shadows in case things get rough. May does die to the dust. The May needs to cloak now. Does cloak with an evasion. The Succubus could be enough just to send his men over the edge. 5 minutes in a duel, 28% dampener. And Taxi not able to really keep the pressure onto Amori. May have to pick up the eyes really early as Amori does go for advantage. Trying to see if he can go for a sap and a cry. How do you get a sap and a taxi off of that? You're at full dots. You should be in combat fully. And taxi trying to go for a long range drain. Does the man have a shot? Does have a step? Getting a shot. Now maybe the time to do it. Wall is the only bastion defense the taxi has. Succubus just to claw the rogue off of him. Into a stun, fully dotted, more to call, drain life. Amori may be down for the count unless this man got something. He got to vanish up very soon. This is why Taxi could go for soul drain. He does get an interrupt on the soul. Gouge to follow. Dance are up. I think it may be over. Kid a shot. He played as well as he could there. I feel like that rogue played that as well as he could. Kreisbed is the last one left over on the team 1 to challenge the Affliction Warlock. It's going to be a battle of the gods at a rematch time. Definitely we need a rematch after that one. We definitely do. That's going to be Taxi's main pet. Succubus actually get a blasted out with an Infernal coming down. Man, someone is going to actually swap it out for another pet. Kreisbed is just focusing attention on that pet. He's just going to go absolutely blasted out the whatever pet Taxi has before he can even sacrifice it to gain more damage. Double K is also going to set 10 from the Twisting Nether as Taxi trying to go for a bit of recovery with a drain. He has got nothing left though. Maybe he's got himself a port. He does got juice though. Soul Rot maybe could use that AoE drain to maybe get some recovery. Chaosbolt's gonna smack him. Not much you can do there. Once your main pet gets ripped away from you, you can't even go for a proper interrupt. You can't really do much. What a godlock. He does play pretty well, Amori. Taxi does play Affliction all day, every day. There's nothing else he really plays. Fist of Fury off for the Monk. Trying to see if he can maybe get some damage in, but it's gonna be drained by Cries. He got himself a couple of instants. Shadow Burn is gonna be the end of it. And got himself an Immolate. Monk tried to see if he can maybe survive a little bit of this. Got himself diffused, got himself dampen harm. Maybe can get close enough to get that karma, but right now that's like the only thing that's really able to keep him alive. He is potentially reversing some of the damage back to Kreisbed with that karma as he gets counter aggressive. 52% dampening. Not much healing can really be done here, and that is a Succubus somewhere. Looks like she snuck around right behind you. As it's gonna be Kreisbed with a big soul fire, trying to see if he can just end it right there. Big incinerate. It's over. Oh my god, it's just so much damage put together. Shayla is going to be up next as the Arms Warrior charging now a big stun onto Kreisbed. The Arms Warrior does have quite a bit of damage compared to, let's say, Fury. Survivability wise, a little bit different, but that Ignore Pain does help out a lot. I've seen a lot more of you boys go for duels as an Arms Warrior for that second win gameplay. That's going to be Mordecai sent in. Does have a trigger for it, decided not to go for it just yet. Blaze Storm to follow. Scribe trying to see if he can avoid it as best possible. Then it's going to be a bit of damage. John to Shaley with a port to follow. Do they have maybe any more mobility at all? Does have a stun. Shadow Meld maybe potentially. Oh, does burn a wall out of Kreisbed though, so he's able to get a big defensive out of him. With Kovi going to be up next. Try to see if we can get some bleeds in there. Succubus will not be able to stop the druid right here. The Succubus CC does not work on beasts, it only works on humanoids. So for Kovi, he actually got himself basically the freedom to just get in there and put some bleeds on Kreisbed and just watch that man melt. Those bleeds are brutal. Kreisbed trying to see if he can counter, but it's going to be a bite to shut down the Destruction Warlock with Kovi. Well done, boys. Let's get another one going. Yeah? Uno más. Gotta get us the rematch there.